Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Shuggerlain Beyond Time. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, where it's $2 a month. So, on the last Let's Play, Juliana came to us with 300 men, and she said, "Hey, what are your motivations for this war?" So we told her, and she's like, "Yeah, the Erexian Empire's run to its core. They found Avanthan, and I want to join you guys to fight them." And then we went on a date with the Queen and also the Deer and Princess. That's pretty much it. But now we have to do something else just after I fix my face. There we go, close enough. Because I wanted to get some sleep. But of course, succubuses be succubin. You're a busy man, Nulkan. Ain't one. I must say, it hasn't been easy finding a moment to speak with you. Alone, at least. At it. Alone, that is, yeah. Well, you found a good moment to do so. So it would seem, at last. At last. Alright, Commander. No sense beating around the bush. I need to ask you something. Why didn't you leave me be? Why did you refuse all my offers? Call it a hunch? Or, well, I suppose it's not completely true. I think it was because of the demon that lives inside me, ever since I donned Drascys armor. I didn't know this, and you say it was because of him? Yes, even though we have sort of a symbiotic relationship, I'm also able to observe demonic maledictions up close to, thanks to him. I don't know. Maledictions? I've learned they behave similar to parasites. They always try to convince their host that they're fine, that there's nothing wrong with them, and that they need a fix. And I know Yerzali. She would not trust a Eldronite woman that is fine with draining and enslaving mortal males? Yeah. She's a better judge of character than that. In other words, you're a good person at heart, but the curse was trying to dissuade me from acting against you, or rather, against itself. Curse is trying to... I don't know. Well, I am impressed, Commander. You're a clever man. A man that takes in every detail, sure. No matter how seemingly insignificant. I understand why Princess Yerzali likes you so much. Your assumptions are correct, of course. Just as you said, though, I must admit, for a time, I thought that you were merely one excuse to have sex with me. Well, don't overestimate me. I am a man, after all, and doing your duty doesn't always have to be so unpleasant. Heh, so shameless. But I love your honesty. If it wasn't for Yerzali, I wouldn't let you escape. So, no wait, me be frank, Commander Nulkan. I'm afraid that, for as much as Yerzali may fancy you, her breasts cannot give your penis the stimulation that mine could give you. I mean, she does seem to be packed quite well. No need to be tactful, Commander. We're both too old for that. And it won't help you defeat all the other succubi out there. What exactly are you offering me? My body and my experience, to both forge you into a restless lover. Restless? And to help you resist the softest breasts that ever grace this continent. Do not give those succubi any chance to bring you to the edge with their breasts. You know you need this, Commander. All right. We have a deal, but please. Of course, Yerzali won't know anything about this. Her feelings for you should not be an obstacle for your own survival. Fine. Thanks for your help, A1. Anytime, Commander. I think that's all the people that were succubus. Sleepy time. Yep, let's go to the next area. Alright, let's go. After several days of marching, we were soon within distance of La Chute, the capital of Kemeq. The journey is long, hard, and above all hot. Very hot. Though it's not the optimal route, I'm trying to avoid the desert as much as I can. If we go through the dunes, it's only because I know there's an oasis nearby. In the sands of Kemeq, the sun is not the worst threat. Cue the Middle Eastern music. It's funny that meme out there where it's like any RTS that's in sands, and it's like here's flutes and lyres and stuff like that, and this kind of music. Though it kind of made me go, yep, this music. But it kind of made me go, wait a second. Dune's an RTS and it doesn't have this type of music. Kinda sus. Anyways, I doubt Arax would have the guts to attack us in a place like this. We should be safe for now. With a bit of luck, we'll reach Ashut unnoticed. To say we're safe while marching through hostile territory, I think you might be a bit too confident. I know I'm not wrong. Otherwise, you would have already seen something. You didn't see anything, did you? No, not exactly. Draenei? I haven't! It's just, since we've been making our way through Kemeq, I can't help but feel the feeling of constant danger around us. If it was a great threat, I have no doubt I would have seen it in my visions as clear as day, but... well, if it's only nerves, then don't worry about it. To tell you the truth, these lands were favored for Astran instructors. They often chose Kemeq as the final testing ground for trainee soldiers. And believe me, they have good reasons for it. So hold the phone, like I remember hearing or reading something where they're going around different places. But it is kind of weird that, the Empire of Arax, and a different nation in general, would be like, oh yeah, you can have soldiers come to our lands and do all this stuff, even though we're not allies or anything like that. I don't know. It is also entire con in a way. Just, what, like a couple of weeks of movement? That's not nothing. Anyways. Nulkan, what are you not telling us? Nothing important. As long as we keep close together, there's nothing to worry about. Perhaps I should use my sight, just in case. That won't be necessary, Draenei. Save your energy. Let's just say, I have a feeling things will be easier for us in Kemeq. Astrans and Kemeqians have a good relationship in the past. Their pharaoh in particular. Alright, I hope you know what you're doing. That is interesting. I wonder what... because he seemed to be totally in favor of the Arax Empire. I don't see a good path for us moving forward. What does that mean? It means, from here on, marching forward will be far too dangerous, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that we'll need to take a detour. Nulkan, I'm aware of the dangers of the deserts, but we're an army. We're powerful, and veering from the route would mean spending another 2 days out here. That's potentially more dangerous. I guess it's lack of water? I know, but I feel safest moving through the rocks, on solid ground. It's hard to move through the sand, and there could be dangers like quicksand. Is quicksand actually a danger, or is that just something we kind of collectively thought about in olden times? Moving that slowly would make us more vulnerable to the sun, and to the fauna, and gods forbid the Araxans, if we were attacked by them. Are you sure we can afford to spend another 2 days out here? Perhaps not. But if we don't take the detour, we'll be losing more than just a couple of days. I, for one, do not want to spend any more time in this desert than strictly necessary. We're strong. We'll be fine. Let's just be done with this as soon as possible, please. And I can explore the surroundings, and if I see anything suspicious, I'll warn the rest of you. Yeah, that's actually kind of useful, being able to look out for oases and enemy armies, I guess. And yesterday, geez, we're just having all the girls. You said there should be an oasis not too far from here. The last one we came across is a couple of days behind us. Turn back now is harsh punishment for us and the troops. Some might say cruel and unusual. Alright. I suppose it's fair that I'm not the only one making the decisions. It seems like everyone's against you, Nulkan. Except for maybe her. You're all probably right, but I know how dangerous this place can... Forget it. Let's keep moving then. We should reach the oasis in half a day. Good. Drascys, did you see anything? No, just the same nagging feeling of danger I told you about. Good. That means your abilities are working as good as ever. We continue our march through the desert. I know that, perhaps, I'm overthinking the situation thanks to my training. But that instant only happened once. And we are many now. We'll be alright. I hope. So, what's the plan once you reach Lashut, Commander? The plan is to avoid a fight. What? Then why are we here? We'll speak with the Pharaoh Horus. I know him well, and with a bit of luck, he will still remember me. That should make things easier. If he wants to join us, it's excellent news. If he wishes to remain an ally of Arax, we'll have to beseech him not to interfere with our campaign, which is the most we'll get from him, if that's the case. Kemeq is a powerful nation. They are quite proud, especially of their accomplishments. They have good reason to be. I know they can be content being subordinate to the Empire. Despite being part of the Empire, they're brave enough to take their fate into their own hands. In fact, Kemeq is only slightly less powerful than Arax itself. The Empire knows the importance of maintaining a good relationship with Kemeq. They wouldn't do anything drastic against them. There's one factor you're overlooking, Nulkan, which is Ashtera. She's the executor of Kemeq. I wonder if that means that she's mind-controlling him, because Nulkan's like, yeah, we have good relationships with this guy. Also, I have a good relationship with this guy in particular, and everything's great, at which point, you know, we've seen it, and he's like, yep, conscript everybody to fight them. Even if it's just to slow them down a bit, we're gonna send everybody. Don't underestimate her. I know. That's why I'm trying to avoid a fight. Kemeq is a large nation. 80% of it is desert and sand, and populated. If they collaborate with us... Sorry. Breathing makes me yawn. Maybe I need another cup of coffee. Arax shouldn't notice. It'll be easier for us to keep a low profile. I think you're being far too optimistic. She's a mage, and mages are tenacious people. Otherwise, we wouldn't be mages. If she finds us here, she will never let us leave Kemeq alive. All right, the Night Queen. Indeed they are, Drascys. Trust me, Nulkan. The little oracle knows well of what she speaks. I'm not underestimating her. In fact, I think Ashtera likely already knows we're here, but I know this place, and I know how it functions. Arax is not dominant in Kemeq. Not as much as it would like to believe itself to be, at least. It's risky for Ashtera and the Second Legion to confront us here. Our army is powerful, and if by chance Kemeq decides to support us, it would be wise for Ashtera. Sorry. Rita makes me on and her legion to retreat to Erex and wait for us there with the rest of the legions. This will be the challenge. I see. Since you put it that way, I find it quite agree. You're indeed playing your cards quite well. Just remember not to underestimate Ashtera. Trust me, I won't. Oh no! Nulkan, the sand! I noticed. It's moving. I look quickly to the left and right, to the nearest rocky surface. Damn, it's too far away. We're practically surrounded by sand. Draw your swords and stay vigilant. Keep your eyes on the sand. Suddenly, the sand shifts, before me shifts. A Dinkrot bursts from the sand and lunges at me. I slash at its neck as it leaps in the air. The beast tumbles to the ground, dead as a doornail. Stand your ground. Cover your comrades' backs. Aim for their necks. These monsters are dangerous, even if severely wounded. But they can't bite without their heads full of teeth. My soldiers nod in acknowledgement of my orders, and aim for the monsters' necks. I look around, while keep my eyes peeled on the sand. There are dozens of tremors beneath the sand, every one of them moving directly towards my troops. 4 Dinkrots topple to the ground as the soldiers render their heads from their bodies, but more burst out of the sand. 1 Dinkrot sinks its teeth into the arm of a nearby soldier, but another swiftly dislodges the creature from its comrade's flesh. We're clearly at a disadvantage. We'll survive, but if we don't do something soon, we'll lose many good men to Dinkrots. Suddenly, a great shadow darkens the area surrounding us, blotting the sun out over our heads. The flaps of titanic wings mute every other sound in the vicinity. Eisen dives furiously over the trembling sand and extends her claws. The vicious appendages shear the dunes, slicing up several of the beasts within. And with a blaze of fiery breath, she incinerates even more. The majestic dragon lands gracefully on the sand, and with a challenging glare of her thin, draconic eyes, she lets out a roar that shakes the earth, causing many dunes to shift. The Dinkrots flee the area in terror. They roll back in the sand rather than face the great dragon. Only when there's no trace of any living Drinkot left does Eisen turn back to her human form. You had good reason to avoid the dunes. Thankfully, we have you to save the day. Now that I think of it, it's been some days with no meat on the menu. I don't know how these beasts taste, but at this point, I'll eat anything. By all means, Eisen. By all means. Draine, heal the wounded soldiers, please. I can help you with that, Draine. Sure, come on then. As Draine attends the wounded, a cacophony of cheers erupts among the soldiers, led by Nadine and Luth. Cheers for Eisen! Hooray! Hooray! Bless the daughter of Gaia! Hooray! Thank you guys, thank you. And oh yeah, she is the daughter of the daughter of Gaia. I was just one of the nearest. I was just the one nearest to those monsters, so I was able to act faster. Okay. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a shadow falls over Eisen's head. A cloud? In Kemeq? Never. Instinctively, I lunge for Eisen and tackle her to the ground as she lets out a squeak in surprise. I push her out of the way just in time, a mere moment before a projectile impacts the sand right where Eisen stood. I look up at the sky for the one responsible for the attack. And there they are. A flying being makes a quick retreat, now that their attack has failed. Draine, smash it. Yes, Nulkan. Draine casts several spells, but the figure nimbly avoids every one of her attacks. Alright, I'll handle this. What are you doing? I unsheath my sword and point at the attacker. Then, at the top of my lungs, I bellow out, Gias! Nekit tu! Fashik taco! Acto. Not taco. Nulkan speaks the Kemeqian tongue? What is he saying? He's challenging the attacker. It's a Kemeqian tradition when initiating a duel. Kemeqian? Yeah. And it seems the attacker is at least considering my challenge. The figure has stopped, hovering in the air above us, looking down in contemplation. I know you're a Kemeqian. Or Kemeq? Yeah. You won't escape after attacking Eisen. Not on my watch. The figure in the sky draws the shield and sword, both made of pure energy, from their armor. The challenge has been accepted. Prepare to pay for what you've done. Nubian, but wait, isn't this the girl? I thought she quit. Or was she trying to do something to get back? No, I don't know. The attacker lands on the dune gently. Give us space. This won't take long. Accept your challenge, stranger. But tell me, how is it that an Astron knows the tongue of Kemeq? Not only that, is well versed in our traditions as well. Doesn't she know? I was a son of Kemeq once. I was a son of... Wait, so is he from here? He's Astron, isn't he? I trained here with my brothers, and your brothers as well. The attacker hesitates, but slowly approaches me, in a strangely familiar manner. Tell me one more thing, Astron. Did you save a young Kemeqian girl and her village over 10 years ago? What? How did you... The attacker removes her helmet, revealing an all too familiar face. Oh, so it is her. So... explanation then? Because I was that girl, hero of the dunes. Exclamation mark. Zira! Nulkan! Zira wraps her arms around me in a tight hug. Tears roll down her cheeks as I hug her back just as tightly. Our hero comes when you need him most. You can't imagine how happy I am to see you here, Nulkan. Can somebody please explain to me what's going on here? Somewhat reluctantly, I pull back from the hug with Zira and turn to Draine to answer her question. Okay, I'm actually kind of wondering if maybe that thing she chucked was maybe a note tied to a rock, but then it might have accidentally went towards Eisen's head. Don't know. Everyone, this is Zira, a good friend of mine. She was only a child the last time I saw her, and now? Suddenly, I decided to take a close look at her armor. Zira, you're one of Horus's Sephirim? Wait, that symbol. Are you their commander? I was, at least. It's a long story. But Nulkan, I came here to see who in the world was agitating the Dinkrots. You should know how dangerous these sands can be. I know, but we didn't have many other options. By the way, Zira, you attacked Eisen. I'm sorry. I was trying to capture the one responsible for the mess with the Dinkrots. I was only a paralyzing shot, I swear. Where is she? Is she okay? I'm here. I already heard everything. I suppose that explains it. I'm so sorry. I was patrolling the area, and I heard the ruckus and decided to investigate. Clearly, I wasn't fully aware of the situation. My most sincere apologies. What is your name again? Eisen. I'm so sorry, Eisen. Hold on. Why is she called... Zira looks at me for an answer, and I nod back. No way. So, you're the Astron invaders? And she... Is she truly the Eisen? The The daughter of Gaia? I thought it was only a legend. Zira's tan skin pales as realization washes over her. And I just attacked one of the greatest beings in the world? The gods truly are angry with me. What have I done to deserve their ire? But this was a test. It must be. And now they lead you to me. Mysterious the gods' ways, indeed. Zira, I need to know what's happening in Kemeq. There's a lot to tell. Follow me. I'll lead you through the desert. We can talk along the way. Zira leads us through the desert to the next oasis, where we set up camp. On our way, we explain to each other our current predicaments. We have much to tell each other. I still can't believe the Pharaoh exiled you. And what's even worse, they are about to conscript Kemeqian civilians to fight against us? I'm sure the Pharaoh is confused, and likely under much pressure from Eryx. But this changes everything. You're here. He granted you the hero of the dunes. I'm sure he'll remember you. Once he's aware of who you are, and that you are the astronaut challenging the Empire, that you and the astronaut challenging the Empire are one and the same, I'm sure he'll open his eyes. He might, I suppose. But I look at Draenei for her opinion. I'm not sure about all this. I don't know the Pharaoh, and I'm not familiar with the traditions here. But what I do know is that Kemeq is part of the Eryxian Empire. And that means we're their enemies. In my opinion, assuming anything less is being far too optimistic. Look, I admit the Pharaoh is different from the man he used to be. That all started when young Amira, the Pharaoh's daughter, disappeared a few months ago. Oh, kidnapped, probably? To be frank, there's no hope of finding her at this point. I think everyone, including the Pharaoh, has assumed she's died. You know how dangerous it can be out here in the desert. He's a grieving man, and is likely given in to despair. He's lost, but in moments like these, he needs somebody to guide him, just like everyone else. I'm sure he will hear the hero of the dunes. What are you suggesting is dangerous? You having just been exiled, and me, public enemy number one in the Empire, waltzing into Lashut for a pleasant chat with the Pharaoh, it sounds too risky. It's absolute suicide, guys. I know you want to help him, but there will be a better time for that, after we defeat the Second Legion. The Second Legion in the Kemeqian army, the Kemeqian militia, Oracle. We're at war. I really wish there was an alternative, but although I'm not the one that makes the decisions after all, I'm still more than grateful for your wise counsel. I look at Zira, whose eyes are filled with melancholy, but I also understand Zira's point of view. If there's a chance we can avoid a battle, especially now, perhaps it's worth the risk. Let me think about it. It's not an easy choice to make. I need to rest my mind. Hopefully by morning, I'll see things much clearer. Okay, new zone and new time. So, is she here in our camp? Okay, yep, there she is. Going to date her. Okay, for a second there it had a softer, thing right there. So wait, is something happening? Okay, so we were here, and then we're here. Oh, the wolf area is all the way over there. But this is the fox area, so that sounds pretty good, actually. Because, like, we're here, and this is the end of the content, though I guess there is this area over here. It wouldn't really have a name over there if you weren't potentially going to go there. I don't know if we're going to be able to go there, but it do be like that sometimes. Also, I wonder if this is the entire world, or if this is, like, maybe kind of like Elder Scrolls, where they have this entire content, which seems like the world, but then there's other places. Which it would be kind of nice if they had, like, I don't know, Elder Scrolls everything. I mean, maybe your Elder Scrolls Online does that. I don't know. I actually played that. Um, but yeah. Oh, if I looked into that, I might lose all my time, all the time in the world. Oof. But anyways, that's gonna be the end of this Let's Play. So please comment, guys, like, comment, something you like, dislike, tips, otherwise. If you like me, and like to grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out this epic ground. Please remember to spend New Year animals that control the population. Let's just see how much stuff. Okay, there is a we can go up to a battle point in here. Cool. There's more content. And if you want to play this game, it's available free. Not a show, but if you want to support people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, Patreon. And until next time, another Let's Play. I'm me, GamerWolfSix. I'm Shuggerlain, beyond time. So let me just back up a bit. Thanks and see ya.